everybody, welcome back to HES Art at Home. Today we're going to be drawing food trucks. What made me think of food trucks? Well, I just want to thank Deep Space Sparkle for providing this lesson for us today. And I'm having to prepare most of our meals at home, and I love going out and getting food already prepared by somebody else that is so much more delicious than what I make. So thinking about that, I thought about food as the topic, and then I saw these cute food trucks that you can design any way you want, any kind of food you want, and I just thought it would be fun and hope you guys would enjoy it. And here is my first one I created, and you'll see more of that when we get started, so let's get started. All the delicious food trucks, so wonderful. I wish one would come to my house today and every day. As you can see, they come in a variety of food options, anything from sweet and savory to icy cold. And oh, we've even got them in Fortnite. Let's get started drawing.
What are you doing?
We need to also make sure we don't forget our elements and principles of art. We're going to be using a lot of lines today. And what is a lot of different types of elements? It's called variety. A variety of lines and colors for our food trucks. So here we go. Hey boys and girls. So here is the printable that comes with our lesson to drawing our food truck. As you can see, we're going to be using lines, a variety of lines. And also, I want you to include in a variety of details. So here are a couple examples that come with the printable. And you can see we've got an ice cream truck. This looks like it could be, it kind of looks like rolled ice cream if you know what I'm talking about there, or it could be Chinese noodles. And then you have a hot dog truck, just to name a few examples. And then it also comes with a printable of ideas that you can add if you love cupcakes, love pizza, love your fish, fried fish sandwich, burgers, hot dogs, you name it. And this is not what you're limited to. And then I also put together a little more interesting printable. I liked the burritos and tacos with faces. And I know a lot of my kiddos love to put faces on some of their characters. So have at it. And then I found this cookie. This looks like if you have a craving for an ice cream sundae with Jell-O squares and French fries. That's just what it reminds me of, but it looked like fun, so I printed it out. French fries, and then we've got our little happy fry burger drink family here. So again, just a couple of extra ideas. And then here is my example of the food truck that I created using the colored pencils that I showed you in my first video that I got from Dollar General. And I will tell you with these, if you did buy them, beware and have an extra piece of paper to practice or just test the color before you color with it, because some of these, the color on the outside is a little misleading of what actually comes out of the pencil. So do a little experiment with some of these guys before you color with it. Or you will have a green tire because this green is so dark, I thought it was black and I had a green tire. Nothing wrong with a green tire, but that wasn't what I was going for. So just learn from my mistakes. All right, so what you're gonna need is your ruler, if you have one. It's not necessary, but I don't draw straight lines by myself, and I kind of want mine straight for my food truck. Get your piece of paper, and I'm gonna use a black colored pencil. Now, I am gonna be using these washable markers because I want to do the watercolor method with them. If you are going to do this with me with the watercolor method, now here again I use colored pencils, so you definitely can do that. I just wanted to switch up the process a little bit for you all because I've been doing a lot of coloring with you. Make sure you do not use this black marker if you're going to be using water on your food truck, because what will happen is it will make the black marker start to blend in with the color that you're putting water on, and that would be terrible. So use a regular pencil, Sharpie if you have one. Make sure if you're using Sharpie you put something under it so you don't ruin your tabletop, or a black crayon, one of my faves. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna start with doing 2 circles. Now I know I've got some perfectionists out there that do not like drawing a circle without a template of some sort. So find something around the house, on the bottom of a small glass, maybe, I'm trying to think of what would be a small circle that you could use. A salt pepper shaker might be good. But anyway, get your 2 circles and then smaller circles inside, and then fill it in with little baby triangles. Look like pizza slices. Okie dokie. Now, what I want to do is start with the bottom of the food truck. So I'm going to do a little line coming out of the back, line in the middle, and then a little line in the front. Remember, these tires are overlapping this part of the truck, so we don't want the line going through the tires. Then we're gonna do a little line up, and then let's connect them. Try to line up your ruler if you're using one to the top, and then bring it on the ends to the tire. I don't want it here because this is just like the front and back bumper, and I want the truck to go down at this part without it. But if you want to add it, that's cool, not a problem. All right, so let's add the part where the food goes, the part where your customers come to see you to buy that yummy food that's in that truck. So we're gonna do a line up, come a little over halfway, and line up, and let's do a horizontal. These are vertical. Let's do a horizontal line across. That's okay. And then I'm gonna do the front of the truck where you can drive up and sell your items. Do a horizontal line. You can kind of make it line up midway with that tire. Do a little curve, then bring it down about to the middle. Then a little curve this way, a little smiley face line. Horizontal, a little frown face line, and then a vertical, bring it down. It looks like the front of a school bus, doesn't it? All right, then I'm gonna do a little backwards C here. That's your little headlight, we're gonna call it. And then let's add some details. I'm gonna add the window and the door for my driver. So I'm gonna do vertical line, and horizontal line. And then one more horizontal to separate the window that you see out of the door. Add the handle, and then another little line here for my windshield. Okay, and all right, then I want to add my little tent cover here so that this person getting the food and this person serving the food has some shade. So all you do for that is diagonal line, and then do some little smiley face curves. And then if you want to have a striped awning there, you can do the lines coming from each section. Okay, let's add the window. Horizontal, vertical, and then, that'd be okay. 2 vertical lines. Then I have my window. Now I'm ready. Oh, I think I need a sign too, maybe for prices or just a sign displaying what kind of food is gonna be on this truck if it's not already obvious from the decorations that are gonna be on it. Okay, I think I am good. Okay, so now I want to add some details. And this is the time where if you want to get some ideas from the printables, you can, or completely come up with your own thing. And I kind of did that with mine when I did icy truck. So I think about a lot of times when I see food trucks, they usually will have like a big over the top display of what they're selling. So people are all around, they can see that and know that's the place to go for it. And then some maybe some decals on their food truck, signs of what they have, prices, flavors, open, close sign. So just things to keep in mind when you're going to add your details. And then you also want to think about the background. Where is your food truck going to be? A lot of times you'll see them in parks. I have mine kind of at a park near the beach, or it could be at a lake, campsite. And sometimes they are just on the street in front of a bunch of buildings. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do for mine. All right, so let's see here. I think I'm going to do a taco truck. That's what I'm going to go for. So on the top, I'm going to draw the big old taco. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to look at the lines. I've got a horizontal line, which, to be honest, I could use the top of my truck, but I think I want it to stand out just a little bit. So I'm going to do some little stands or kind of a little anchor type piece that would be stuck to the truck that this massive taco would be stuck to, so it would be secure on top of my food truck. And then you can see I do an upside down sad mouth curve. And I didn't give myself a lot of room at the top, so keep that in mind when you draw. You might want to think about that. And then you're going to fill it up with, they got meat and cheese and some tomatoes, lettuce. You know, if you just like meat and cheese on your taco, then you just put meat and cheese on there. If you like to do just veggies in your taco, you know, it's really whatever you want to have on there. I'm just gonna kind of do little wavy lines all around for the meat. And then I do like tomatoes, so I'm gonna put some curved sad mouth lines for tomatoes and a little bit of lettuce. I'm just gonna have that going off the page. That's cool. I like stuff going off the page anyway. And then I cannot lie, I love the face on this, so I'm gonna add the face. I might make the eyes a little bit more, a little bit bigger. And I know you guys have probably learned by now, I like to go ahead and color in the eyes. I just think that looks better. And then I'm gonna do my little happy mouth curve, and then I'm gonna do an open mouth. It's like, hey, come here, have some tacos. And I love snaggle teeth on characters like this. Okay, there's my taco. And then I think I'm gonna draw another one here. And then you can decide too, does it just sell tacos, or do you want to sell tacos and nachos, or any other food that you might find on a taco truck? And it doesn't have to just be tacos. It might be ice cream also. It's kind of up to you. All right, so I'm just gonna draw some of those same details. I don't think I'm gonna put a face on this one. I just might do some little texture lines for the different speckles sometimes you see in tortilla chips or tortilla shells. Okay, and then I want to draw my open sign. And, I'm gonna write tacos. I'm gonna write big. Make sure I can fit all those letters in there. Bam, perfect. Okay, then I want to draw my pricing. And you can see here, I didn't get into too many detail with the pricing. I just wrote prices, so you kind of know what that is, and then just some little squiggly lines underneath. But if you really like to get detailed and put actual prices, that's cool too. Okay, and then I also want to come over here and do the menu, because that's a big deal. You got to know what's on your truck so people know what they want to. Misspelled menu. Miss White still has to work on her spelling too. Okay, and then I'm gonna put my menu. All right, and then I'm gonna put the little parts on the window where they open it up. And yeah, there we go. Okay, now, so what I wanna do is I was gonna, like I mentioned, have this in front of some city buildings, like parked outside of some office buildings where people might come and grab their lunch on their lunch break. So I first wanna have him on a road. So I'm gonna do a line here, And then this will be a grassy area maybe, or it could be the other lane. And then I'm gonna do, kind of narrow here. Oops, struggling. There we go. Okay, so actually I'm gonna have my part, this is gonna be a sidewalk. I'm just gonna add some diagonal lines in there. And then this will be the road. So he's not totally on the road. Ooh, probably should have used the ruler on that. Okay, and then now I'm gonna draw the buildings. Definitely wanna use the ruler on that. It makes them look a lot better. So let's see. Let's do a little bit of a grassy area between where he is parked and the buildings. So there's a little bit of space in between. Cool, that's gonna be grass. I'm just gonna kind of do these little sprigs just to kind of remind myself of what this area is gonna be, and then I'm gonna do the buildings. Just gotta work that out. All right, here we go. So, and buildings are usually just big rectangles. If you have not drawn these with me before, I know a lot of my kiddos have drawn many buildings in our time together in the art room, but pretty much all you do are large rectangles in a variety of sizes. And remember, line and variety is a big part of what we're doing. I think I'm gonna do a little arch here. Maybe the top of that building has an arch. And then continue on. I'm gonna do a shorter building. Maybe, yeah, shorter one here. And a taller one here. I'm gonna have it go over to the taco, so it's kind of a wide building. Cool. Okay, and then you're gonna wanna add some windows. And this is only half of my building. So I'm just gonna draw half the windows. Door, don't forget to add doors on the bottom. I've done that many times. Double doors. Okay, so just go and add those windows. All right, everyone, you may or may not notice a slight difference in this drawing from the one that you just watched me draw. I actually painted the entire last one on camera and it got deleted somehow, so I had to draw another one. YouTube struggles for your art teacher. Sorry about that. But anyway, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use, again, the method where we use washable markers to create a watercolor method. So you could use that, or again, colored pencils, crayons, whatever you have. Or you could do something called mixed media, where you take the media, which is markers or colored pencils, and put them together, and it's called mixed media. Ooh. But anyway, on a serious note, if you are going to use these to do the watercolor method, I am going to be using the Crayola paintbrushes that I showed you in our materials video to be painting the water onto the markers, and also just a jar of water, any kind of cup of water, and then I'm using the smaller brush. So the way you want to go about this process is first do thick outlines. So I'm going to start with the awning here. So just make a very, like I said, thick outline within your drawing line of the area that you want to paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now for all the green area in the awning. I'm gonna alternate colors. And the thicker the line, the better. A little line here, okay, and then I'm gonna also go in and do the orange. All right, now the next thing you do, get your brush with water, wipe it so that it's not dripping everywhere. If you have ever painted and your paper got a hole in it, it's because it had too much water in that one area. So I'd rather you have not enough than too much to start out. And then you start painting over those outlines that you drew, and then paint from the outline to the center, and then it starts to fill in that center. Now it is gonna be lighter than, I'm gonna get a little bit more water. It's gonna be lighter than the outline. It's not gonna be a solid color the way if you were just using watercolor would. But again, it's just allowing you to create a new media out of another media. So essentially it's kind of like mixed media that way too. All right, so if you don't like this effect, that's fine. I just wanted to give you options. Since we're not in our art class, I know some of you guys have other kinds of art supplies at home that you've told me about, and that's awesome. So you just explore, experiment to your heart's content. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going in. I'm gonna keep adding water to it. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed our food truck lesson. And if any of you remember this little black cat that was running around under the breezeway back in Thanksgiving, she's doing well, just as sweet as ever, and we love her. And she knows how much I miss you because she keeps me company every day. And she misses you too, so bye.